sure you're not dying?
I'm pretty sure I'm not dying.
Right.
I don't know. I went back to work, so
Fair enough.
I did a couple overnight shifts. I'm supposed to be at the big store. So.
Right.
Oh, podcast. Yeah, I guess we should start right off the bat and say that, yeah, I was right. Hifumi did kill Taka.
I was wrong.
Because when I was looking through, I found the comic page. And then I went and watched the case comic. And I was like, yeah, it was Hifumi. That's right. Then again, we could be wrong again, though, because I also feel like, wasn't that something that was, like, clarified or changed after the closing argument in, like, the post-case discussion before the execution?
No, I rewatched the entire thing. From Celeste's point of view, Hifumi killed Taka, and Hifumi was worried that they need to find someone to kill for Celeste so they could get a double murder.
Oh, right, Celeste, and she's like, don't worry, I know just the guy, and then she fucking, I like you cut G to him right in the back of the head.
I like to cut G.
Dong. Yeah. Welcome to Nonstop Debate, everybody. We are talking about a very special boy today.
Someone you'll love to bully. You just look at him and you're like, God, I want to fucking bully you.
I thought you were going to say someone you love, and I was like, I don't know about that one, Chief, but...
I don't love very many people. I love to hate on him, if that counts.
Yeah, I don't actually hate... We're talking about Hifumi Yamada. I guess we should clarify.
We don't hate him, we just love to bully him.
We love to hate him, yeah. He's like Mineta in My Hero Academia, or Teru in Danganronpa 2. They're there, and you don't necessarily hate them, but you're like, it's fun to hate them, though.
Yeah.
And Hifumi just makes it too easy sometimes. And you know what's funny is the last time I said this, I was like... I was playing Danganronpa with a friend who's never played it before. And when you got to the part where you meet Hifumi, I was like, yeah, that's Hifumi. He's, we don't actually hate him. We just kind of love to hate him, you know? He's fun to pick on. And then he, went and talked to Hifumi, and Hifumi said whatever it is he says when you speak to him for the very first time in Trigger Happy Havoc. Like, he says whatever dumb bullshit it is that he says, and I turned and looked at my friend, and I was like, you know, I was wrong. I actually do hate Hifumi. Because that's what it's like. You're always like, nah, he's alright. And then when you go back and listen to him speak and shit all over again, you just feel the hatred come back. And you're like, yep, nope, we gotta get him out of here. Let's wrap it up, buddy.
Get to case 3 already.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even get my show notes up. Again.
God damn it.
Woo, let's go.
Let's fucking go!
Yeah, buddy.
Quietly find my show notes as well.
Now we're gonna go through the whole thing of me not remembering what folder they're in and having to search them up again. Hey, there we go. Alright.
Faster. Wise, he stands out.
Hifumi definitely stands out. You know okay, I mentioned it maybe an episode ago or two. I don't remember. I think I mentioned it in the Taka episode that we tried to record that didn't actually get recorded. The Game Grumps have started playing Trigger Happy Havoc. And one of my favorite moments, I'm only like 1 or 2 episodes in because they've been uploading like 2 episodes a week or whatever, and they're doing this new upload thing now where they do long episodes and less uploads throughout the week. But they've got like 14 videos out or something at the time of this recording, and I'm only in like the 2nd or 3rd one because I'm not even through the prologue yet. But when they went through like the beginning when Makoto's like summarizing the ultimates and stuff, and he's talking about the ultimate fanfic creator is going to be at this school, Dan and Aaron just kind of like chuckled like, that's an ultimate talent. And then literally, I mean like the very moment that you see Hifumi in that portrait shot where it's like scrolling back and forth across the entire cast when Makoto sees everybody for the first time. The second you see Hifumi, Aaron's just like, I bet he's the ultimate fanfic creator. There's
only a few bits.
Oh god. Yeah, he definitely sticks out. I wouldn't even say he's got a bad design, honestly. I would say Hifumi's got one of the better designs in the game just because of how much he sticks out as a character.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the silhouette rule. If you put all the silhouettes of every single character, and then you see Hifumi silhouette, it's like him, Sakura, Celeste, and Junko. You're gonna see their silhouettes very easily.
Yeah, they're the most recognizable.
Yeah.
Mostly just because of body type and structure and the way that they look in general. Hifumi's got that big dumb point in his hair, and he's got this stupid hamster lips. He makes me think of the goddamn cat face emoji. He just
fucking.
You want to know one of the things about his design that bothers me the most?
What?
His design that bothers me the most is his fucking. So he's got this huge, he's big and fat, right?
Right.
And his waist up is just chungus, but then his legs are normal and not fat at all. It's like he's a marshmallow on 2 sticks. And I don't get it. It bothers me every time I see his legs. I'm like, why do you look like that?
Because if we're gonna point to that, even Fat Gami, his entire body shape is just consistent.
Even Fat Gami's got big turkey legs. Hifumi doesn't. Yeah. He's got little bones.
Definition of really doesn't do. He really skips leg day.
He does skip leg day. Maybe he doesn't. Those little legs are holding that body up all the time, dude.
You're telling me his fucking chicken wing legs is...
I'm telling you that if he takes them pants off and puts on shorts, they'd be buff as shit and you wouldn't even realize it. There's no way they're not. They're holding all that weight up all the time. Fuck.
See, Dylan, what you don't understand is that his legs don't do anything. He just generates his own gravity, and it's at odds with Earth's gravity.
If the moon was blown up tomorrow, the waves would not change because Hifumi is still on the Earth.
No, if the moon was blown up tomorrow, Hifumi would just suddenly just start flying up and towards space, and
he'd start floating into the air, and he'd be like, "Stop! Help! Help!" He'd reach about the same level of orbit that the moon was at up in space, and then the waves would return to normal.
God has a backup plan, and it's Hifumi Yamada.
God. Yeah. Yeah, design-wise, I think he's pretty alright. He's...
Right.
What? He's got the circular glasses. He's got a bright colored tie.
Yeah.
Which is probably the most noticeable thing about him, honestly. Most colorful anyways, because other than that, his outfit is pretty...
Like I said to you while you were talking about his design and shit, I would say popular tags, ugly bastard. That's how I would describe Hifumi.
That's what makes him so fun, though. Is because he looks like such a dork, but he's got one of those personalities where he's not a dick, by any stretch. He's not mean to anybody, but he's, also very full of himself.
Yeah.
And
he has no fucking right to be.
Yeah, at all. And it's man, I wish I had your confidence, but could you also just shut the fuck up, please?
At least with Fat Gummy, he kind of had this air of leadership, and he had the bizarre ability to run very, very fucking fast.
That man's was a fiend on the track field. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to describe my feelings for Hifumi because it's there is real hatred there, but there's also real enjoyment there, and I don't know where he falls on this balance board.
Well, that's the benefits of love to hate characters. God, in the moment you're God, I hate you with every fiber of my being, but when you look back, you're he wasn't that bad. I had fun. Yeah. I have fond memories of dunking on him.
He's definitely a comic relief character, but just like Taka, he kind of falls in that same category of he dies the same time Taka does, so once he's gone, there's really no humor left.
Yeah.
And we said in the last episode, Hero's he's funny too, but he's more like a once in a great while. He has a golden line, whereas Hifumi and Taka was most of the time either making you groan and facepalm or making you laugh and chuckle.
Yeah.
So.
And unlike Taka, Hifumi actually provides evidence in case 2 that changes the entire discussion entirely and solve the case.
Mm-hmm. Hifumi actually contributes to some of the cases before he dies. Yup.
It contributes to both cases, actually, if you think about it.
He contributed to the very first case because he was the one on fucking garbage duty that night. He helped you figure out how Leon disposed of evidence.
Right. and he also had the monopad, the broken monopad.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he found that in the sauna.
Right. Yep.
Fuck. Yeah, he's actually fairly helpful for how useless otherwise he seemed.
Yeah. I may not be pretty useful for a straight up fight, but damn do I know a lot of things.
But damn do I love 2D women.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah. Which takes us to his role and talent. He is a...
ultimate otaku.
Do we want to say he was a blackened? Technically he was an ally, but he's also technically a blackened because he murdered Taka.
Let's call him an accomplice.
Yeah, I guess that's pretty much what he falls under, huh?
Yeah. When all's said and done, he still dies, but he doesn't get his own special execution, even though he technically committed a murder as well.
Well, because even Monokuma verifies when the double murder question comes up, whoever the mastermind is of said murder, whoever put the murder together, not necessarily the one who pulled the trigger, is the one who gets executed.
Yeah, for the first game. Yeah. And the second game, but not the third game.
Rules change in the 53rd season. Imagine that.
Yeah, imagine that. Gotta innovate somewhere, I guess.
Yeah. He is the ultimate fanfic creator, which is what it says in the English version.
But ultimate otaku in Japanese.
No, in Japan it's super high school level doujin author. I think it's doujin. It's the O with the line over the top of it.
Oh no. Oh no. Dylan, you know what that is? That's Hentai Rider. God fucking damn it.
Did you really gonna sit here and tell me that this entire time you didn't think Hifumi was writing fucking porn?
I kind of had my suspicions, but at the same time, I want to be wrong, so... I don't like being wrong.
It's part of Hifumi's charm where you're like, this dude's probably writing porn, and then you get to know him a little bit, and you're like, God, I hope he's not writing porn. I can't take any more hate. I can't.
God fucking damn it. Stick with the English version, because
just like that, the real hatred has come swarming back.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Popular tags, ugly bastard indeed. Fucking Christ. It's sad, too, because Necropara Volume 4 just dropped 2 days ago when we were recording this.
How does it make you feel to know that if Hifumi wasn't dead, he'd be writing fanfic about Necropara 4?
Probably not, because Necropara's been written by a girl, so fuck you.
Yeah, but Hifumi is the ultimate fanfic writer. Sorry, ultimate doujin author.
Fuck you. He doesn't exist in our universe. Fuck up, Dylan.
Jera's like, how dare you put these thoughts into my mind?
Fuck you. Fuck you and your mother, Dylan. Christ. Oh, no, the hatred is boiling in me right now.
It's back.
Be careful what you fucking wish for, I guess.
I knew this episode was gonna be great. Oh god. Yeah, Death, he just gets bonked in the head by a hammer. Well, I guess it's not as funny because Taka got bonked on the head by a funny hammer. Hifumi got bonked in the head by an actual fucking like sculpting mallet.
Yeah.
That Celeste took off the shelf behind him and then cleaned and put back.
It's the like. Have you seen Robin Hood Men in Tights, Dylan?
No, but I know a lot about it.
All right, it's the equivalent of like the sheriff of Nottingham and Robin Hood. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I challenge you to a duel. The sheriff hits them with a fucking glove, and then Robin comes back and hits him with a fucking metal gauntlet,
Yeah.
and he says, "I accept."
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was manipulated by the mastermind of the murder after killing Taka and bamboozling everybody by hauling his fat ass up 3 flights of stairs. Fucking
Yeah.
turns his back for 1 second and gets bonked on the head.
Yep.
So,
Dies where he committed his own murder.
yeah.
There's some irony
Well, no,
in there, but
he committed the murder where Taka's body was first found. Celeste murdered him after he moved Taka's body into the supply closet.
Oh, fair enough.
Because
yeah.
that's where the mallet was that she used for the murder, and that's where you find Hifumi and Taka after.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I remember
Also,
that
can we
much
talk
at least.
I talk about, yeah, I know, because you were like, I want to go investigate the closet, but the door was locked,
Yeah.
and I'll...
Yeah, I was just... I know we've talked about it already, and I don't want to, like, actually fucking brag. We brag for fun because it's funny, and the channel's called Major Ego, but, like... That case 3 I was on top of, like, literally the entire fucking time.
Yeah.
Like the second Celeste was like, "Hey, we need to go this way," and I was like, "Why do you know that we need to go this way?" And then she was like, "No, over there," and I was like, "Why? What do you know is over there?" And like every time she tried to like start you off on the goose chase, I was like, "Celeste, you're fucking with us right now. I don't trust this at all." And then like, I think the only thing I was stumped on for even a little bit was how Hifumi got from the nurse's office to the third floor.
Yeah.
But then I think I found it was either his napkin or whatever in the trash in the nurse's office, or the blood packs in the nurse's office. One of the clues I found in the nurse's office, I was like, oh, he faked getting murdered the first time we found him. He hauled himself up the stairs. Okay, like it just clicked for me immediately. And then like first thing, before you find Hifumi and Taka's bodies in the art room, in the supply closet, I went to the art room before I went where you were supposed to go before then, and I tried the closet door. Yeah, but the door was locked, and I was like, huh, suspicious. Fancy that, huh? And then I went where the game was trying to make me go and came back, and I found the bodies, and I was like, all right. And at that point, it was like, I knew it was Celeste. I just was trying to figure out how she did it, and then after a little bit of thinking through with like the hammer that was wet, I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
And me trying to misguide you super hard through that. I'm like, damn it.
Well, yeah, because Jared's watching me the whole time I'm playing, and like all through case 3, I'm like, Celeste is fucking with us, isn't she? And Jared's like, I don't know. I don't remember this case. And I was like, oh, that's weird. You seem to remember every other case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing I tried to convince you on was like that Hifumi was dead because of the body discovery announcement.
Mm-hmm. Well, because
Yeah.
that's like the biggest like catch to that case is like how could Hifumi fake it if the body discovery announcement played on you?
Right.
But then, you know, there's also Taka to consider, and you're like, no, it lines up.
Yeah.
To be fair,
You know,
though, that's like the only case that I had figured out 100% while it was happening. Like,
Right.
fucking... Most other cases stumped me for a little while until I finally got them. I know a couple in 2 stumped me until the very fucking end.
Yeah, case 4 especially in 2.
Yeah, case 4 I don't think anyone could figure out because the way that Nagito factored his luck into everything, it's like there's no way people figure this shit out before they get to the end of the trial. There's no way.
Right. Yeah.
It's
and
so
then
insane.
you have like a blink, and you also have a blink and you'll miss it detail that you need to have.
Yup. So.
Yeah, like, can we explain, like, Celeste was super lucky that Hifumi killed Taka's body because by technicality she wasn't a Blacken. So when it hit, when her, Togami, and Hina found the body, if she actually killed Taka,
If she hadn't killed Hifumi would have been the Blacken. She would have got off scot-free. Granted, if they did catch Hifumi, she would have kept going in the killing game, and she wanted to leave. And Hifumi, if they didn't catch Hifumi, she would have died with everyone else, and Hifumi would have got to leave. So, yeah. The better bet to kill Hifumi, but...
Well, I was just saying, like, if she killed Taka, because we're going back to where I said, yeah, she killed Taka, but if she did kill Taka, because Togami, Hina, and, because, yeah, it was Sakura, Hiro, and Makoto saw, Hifumi's body.
Yeah.
And, Celeste, Hina, and Togami saw...
Celeste was with you when you saw Hifumi's body, because remember, she took Hina to the bathroom and had you guys leave Hifumi alone long enough for him to swish get murdered in the nurse's office. Celeste was with you guys when Hifumi was killed.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
There's
so much
fucking case. Because that was the whole thing, was she was trying to distract you guys so that Hifumi would have a chance to fake his murder to keep throwing you guys off.
Right. Oh, yeah, that makes more sense. That's fair.
I think Sakura was with the others when they found Taka's body.
Right.
So. But yeah, this is a real complicated murder. We'll get... I guess it's not that complicated, but it's just...
Yeah.
There's a lot of moving parts because there's so much shit. We haven't even talked about Hiro getting framed for all this either, in his stupid fucking mecha suit, which can I also say was the immediate dead giveaway that Hifumi was involved in all of that somehow. Like, the second I saw the picture of Hifumi getting attacked by a Gundam, I was like, Hifumi's part of this somehow. He is fucking behind this.
You laughed your ass off because it was
it was so stupid.
Yeah. But second of all, you're like, it's a fucking Gundam. There's no fucking way.
Yeah. I was like, who the fuck is this stupid robot fuckhead looking guy? Like, come on now. This is stupid.
Right. It wasn't like in the second game where we had like Shining Justice or whatever the fucking serial killer name is.
How dare you bring up that shitty fucking waste of time to me. Yeah, y'all, you think we hated on Hifumi and Leon. Wait until we get to Peko, because that is going to be like a 3-hour-long podcast, and most of that time is just going to be us talking about how stupid and how much we hate the Shining Justice turn in that case. God, I hate it so much.
Who's gonna get the longer podcast? Peko or Kyo?
Probably Kyo, because Peko's actually got a lot of interesting things about her character that I like. It's just the Shining Justice thing that I hate. Kyo I hate from start to finish.
I hate funny
Seesaw Man.
Seesaw Man.
Yeah.
Why do you make me so angry?
Alright, well, let's get on to Hifumi's character, personality and stuff before we move on to Ego Theater.
Just fucking weeb. That's all you have to know. Weeb.
We talked about it a bit already.
All you need to say, and you understand.
Yeah, he's a weeb. He's very, like... I think I said it already. He's not a dick. He's not malicious or mean to anyone in any way, really, except for Taka and, like, before Case 3, because they're fighting over Alter Ego. But, he's never outwardly malicious to anybody, but he's a little full of himself.
Yeah.
Just a bit. He's got a bit of an ego to him, which is kind of funny because, like Jer said, he has no right to have a fucking ego. Not at all.
Do you think we'll win in a fight, Hifumi or Makoto?
I want to say Hifumi just because Hifumi could literally, like, roll into a ball and knock Makoto over.
Like, he turns into, like, a Sonic ball. He just ran his ass up.
Yeah. But, wait, what if Makoto goes for the legs? That's the weak point. Take out the knee, Hifumi's down. He can't get back up.
Then suddenly an earthquake happens.
Turns out the end of Hope's Peak Academy was actually Hifumi tripping in the hallway. I love hard cut memes where it just like hard cuts to something ridiculous. And just like imagine Hifumi just walking down the hallway in Hope's Peak. He trips and he's like, whoops! And then he just like, before he hits the ground, it just hard cuts to all of Hope's Peak fucking imploding from the inside. Like, shit like that just makes me giggle. It's so stupid, but it's funny. Oh, God. Yeah, he's...
But yeah.
I think the funniest thing about him... I don't even want to say funny. I want to say sad. I think the saddest thing about him is that he's not even into real women. He's into 2D women, which is why he falls in love with Alter Ego, because Alter Ego is a JPEG of Chihiro's face on a monitor.
It still calls him she.
Yeah, he still calls it she because Chihiro was a boy, but Chihiro was also a cute boy, I guess. I don't know.
Dylan, do you understand the concept of anime traps?
Yes.
Yes, that's what we're gonna go with on this one.
That's why they're called traps, is because you get turned on by them, and then when you see it's a man and not a woman, you're like, well, I am gay now. Which is not at all how it works, but the thought is there, and people do think that's the way, so, whatever.
Fucking Noah loves traps, goddamn, but he is gay, so I guess that helps him out a lot. That helps him quite a bit.
Yeah. Hey, man, if that's what you're into, whatever.
Hey, yeah, if you like people like Astolfo, it's up to you, but we're straight men, and we see that, and we get confused boners, so yeah.
I can't wait for future Town of Salem recording sessions that we do, where one of us is just like, Noah, put this on the screen, and we just give him a bunch of dumb extra work for the sake of stupid jokes. But yeah, Hifumi's got, honestly, a lot of character to it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good characters in Trigger Happy Havoc, and we've said it already. A lot of them are kind of baseline compared to like the rest of the characters in the series, but as far as like pure personality goes, Hifumi's probably got a lot more than most of the characters in this first game.
Yeah. I can't remember a single line of dialogue that Hifumi says, but I can recite his personality quite with absolute clarity. Yeah.
I can recite some of his dialogue. There was that time he was talking about get Taka away from me before he gets his virgin on me.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
And the hatred comes swelling back.
Sounds like someone posting cringe.
Yeah. The only way I can really describe it is just going back to what we said up top. When I played through Trigger Happy Havoc, I hated Hifumi, but I fun hated him. He was fun to hate just because he made it. I think that's what it is. It's not even the fact that he himself is hateable. It's just that he makes it so easy for you to hate him.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It's not like, yeah, and it's not like the Hiyoko effect from 2 where you just want to choke slam her.
Yeah,
she's just.
Because like I said, he's not outwardly malicious or mean to anyone. It's just the shit he says in his ego just makes you shake your head and go, why are you like this?
Like, I want to bully Hifumi. I want to choke slam Hiyoko.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. That's going to be another fun episode. Maybe that's the key. Because the Leon episode is doing so well, and we spent most of that podcast just talking about how boring he was.
Right.
Maybe everyone's just waiting until we get to the shitty characters.
And it's like, and you know what's sad? Our fucking Taka video is shorter than the Leon video.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Our Taka video came up at just under an hour long, at 59 minutes something seconds.
Yeah, but we had so much to say about Taka compared to Leon, and Leon's is still longer.
That's real sad. Yeah. Alright, well, I don't know. Is there anything about his personality that we missed? I feel like we're forgetting something, because we keep getting a little off track.
Well, we could say he's kind of cowardly.
He is a little meek, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple moments where...
Like, he talks a big game until Mondo's like, you want to fucking fight? And he's like, nope.
Yeah, he backs down quick. It's that nerd survival instinct popping up where you're like, I can talk big as long as I'm not in any actual danger. Like, as long as no one's taking me seriously. And then the second someone takes him seriously, he's like, no, I'm good. We're cool, bro. It's cool.
It's just a joke, man.
Yeah. God.
Okay, and also anything here Hifumi fucking carries around it's so painfully obvious it's his, but it makes me want to shoot
Yeah,
myself.
like I mentioned it already in the fucking investigation in the nurse's office. You find one of his like handkerchiefs in the fucking trash, and
Yeah.
it's like it's like this bright pink and
Some
orange.
Sailor Moon,
Yeah, it's like some
discount
limited.
Sailor Moon.
Well, no, they straight up say they're like, "Yo, is that Hifumi's limited edition so and so Chenkai girl anime from Japan handkerchief that he always has in his pocket?" And you're like, "I guess it is, yeah." Because I remember someone saying that it's like a limited edition something something whatever anime it's from in that world handkerchief, and you're like, okay, this is definitely Hifumi's, yes. Oh god, but
God,
that's the best part about it though, is that everything Hifumi owns is something like that.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the Robo Justice thing that I was talking about. The second I saw Robo Justice, I was like, Hifumi's got something to do with this. There's no way he doesn't. This is too fucking weeby for me to believe otherwise, you know?
It would have been more convincing if it was just a literal like white sheet.
Yeah. If it was like a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
Like some old school Scooby-Doo shit where it's just a dude with a sheet on his head and 2 eye holes cut just trying to strangle Hifumi. I definitely wouldn't have suspected Hifumi at all. Like, at all.
I'm like, oh, so they're dressed up as a ghost. That could be anyone, be honest. But then you see Robo Justice, and you're like, alright, Hifumi is clearly involved in this. This is too weeby.
Well, yeah, the case threw me through a bit of a loop, too, because, like, you know, I've already said I was on top of that whole case, like, from the get-go. But, like, Hifumi especially, I was like, I saw Robo Justice, and I was like, okay, Hifumi's part of this somehow. He's
We're talking about his fucking
I was
too.
like, he's
God
definitely
damn it.
behind this. And then the fucking you find him murdered swish swish in the nurse's office, and I was like, I remember saying out loud to you, Jer, I was like, oh, I guess Hifumi doesn't have anything to do with this, you know. And then fast forward like 20 minutes later, where I was like, oh, okay, he faked his murder.
He faked his death, and now he's actually dead.
Yeah. I should have been
Doesn't help that he
that
also
guy in
said
the back of the
fucking
room with a hammer.
hero.
I should have been that guy in the back of the room with a hammer after we find him the second time. And everyone's like holding me back from hitting Hifumi, and I'm like, hit him, he's faking. He's faking.
He's the real man behind the slaughter.
God.
It also doesn't fucking help that Hifumi also said Yasuhiro
Yeah.
for like his last dying words.
Yeah. Which just everyone just looked back at Hiro, and I was like, do y'all really think Hiro is smart enough to pull this off? There's
It's
no way.
it's also another one of those blink and miss it details because he calls everyone by their last name.
Yeah, which is how they figure it out later, because someone mentions that in the class trial.
Yeah. Yeah.
So. Yup. I don't know. It's like Jer said, I can't even remember most of his dialogue. I just remember that a lot of the time it made me angry. But yeah, as far as personality goes, and yeah, you mentioned his camera a second ago. That's what it was. Even his camera is like the handkerchief. It's like, I think it's from the same anime.
Yeah.
Like whatever fictional anime his handkerchief is based on. It's like a limited edition camera that he had to buy like 40 cereal boxes to get or something.
Something stupid like that.
It was something stupid like that, but you were like, you just shrugged. You're like, all right, that sounds like something Hifumi would do. Yeah.
Fucking Fumi reminds me of the kid from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the German fat kid.
Oh yeah. God. All right. Well, we will get back to Hifumi and how well he was written. But first, we're gonna go to Ego Theater. So.
All right.
I guess we'll
see you guys in a bit.
minute.
And now it's time for Ego Theater.
Top 5 Disney songs you like to sing along to. Or Disney DreamWorks songs.
Top 5 Disney songs, huh?
Or DreamWorks songs. Since we're talking about such a magical character, we gotta be talking about something magical in Ego Theater, I guess. That's my reasoning.
It's funny because I used to be really into Disney shows back in like high school. Not even high school.
Right.
It was like junior high. I went through a whole like year or two of like junior high years where I just
JetX?
watched. No, not even JetX. I just watched Disney Channel, like Hannah Montana, Wizards of Waverly Place, That's So Raven, like all the Disney sitcoms. You know, I watched all those.
Right.
I thought they were fun. I thought they were great, especially Hannah Montana.
Right.
I don't care what anyone says. That show was great.
Oh, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody?
Sweet Life of Zack and Cody was fucking phenomenal, dude. I loved it. But
Yeah.
I'm not going to have these in any particular order because I'm struggling to even think of some that I still, like, listen to regularly.
Right.
I don't necessarily listen to this one regularly, but it's just one that comes to mind off the top of my head because I really enjoyed this show. The theme song for Good Luck Charlie that Bridget Mendler performed. Hang in there, baby. I actually love that song because I loved Good Luck Charlie. That show was so good. I liked it a lot. I maybe it wasn't like good by sitcom standards. I don't know, but I'm a sucker for characters, and you know, at that time I was into the sweet stuff, the mushy gushy, the cute. You know, I liked the idea that Charlie was this little baby, and her older sister was recording like a daily video diaries to help her survive when she was older and a teenager, and awkward, and dealing with all kinds of personal issues. I was like, this is a really sweet show.
Right.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's just one off the top of my head.
Yeah, my job, I drive a truck all day, so I have to keep myself entertained for at least 10 hours a day while I drive on the road, because it gets boring if you just don't do anything while you're driving. So I turned to a lot of Disney songs, and I got done singing a bunch of Disney songs before we started recording this video.
Of course.
One such of which is, fuck. I sang a lot of Disney songs. But, I would say, Go the Distance from Hercules. You remember this because because I used that as like our final in English way back when in high school.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably laughed at it.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I put too much Dota 2 in there, and I was just like,
yeah, that sounds about right.
That sounds about right for me in high school.
That's all you fucking talked about in high school. Another one that I know off the top of my head that I really like, because I don't know, when thinking music and Disney, for some reason one of the first things that comes to mind is a bunch of the songs from High School Musical.
Yeah, no shit.
Because granted,
some of them are banger.
The movies, but the songs,
yeah,
the bangers, dude. Most of the songs in all three High School Musical movies, great. Bet on It is great. The one that I was thinking of in particular, though, I Don't Dance from High School 2.
Yeah, don't chance, say you can.
The fucking baseball song. Yeah, man. That's how.
I can do it this way, you can do it that way, but I don't dance, hit it out of the park.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's like
That's a good one. That's one of those ones that comes up, and even if I haven't heard it in years, I'm like, woo, I don't dance, and I just fucking get like way into
it. So, like you say, like in the middle of Walmart, and you say, I don't dance, someone down the highway, I say can't, start breaking.
I'm not putting this on the list necessarily, I just wanted to like, side note here, I listened to Get You Ahead in the Game so much as a kid that when I hear it now, it does nothing for me. I'm like, yeah, this song is boring. It's probably still a fine song, but I even re-listened to it like last year for the first time in a long, long time, and I was like, maybe it's still a good song, you know? And then I listened to it and I was like, it's just doesn't do nothing for me anymore.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I already said my number 4, which is Bet on It, and I could sing Bet on It until the fucking I'm blue into the face.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Yeah.
Trying to think of songs from like actual Disney movies, like the old school stuff that I like.
Yeah.
We can't have a list of top 5 Disney songs without talking about Friend Like Me. We can't do it.
Yeah, we can't. Yeah, I'm gonna put a number 3. I don't sing A Friend Like Me because I just like fucking either Robin Williams or Will Smith because
Will Smith's version is pretty good too.
Yeah. If you don't watch the movie with it, it kind of blows if you watch it with the movie. But if you just listen to the song itself, it has its Will Smith charm to it. So yeah, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
I like that a lot of the like impressions, like Robin Williams throughout all of his time playing Genie did lots and lots of pop culture references to like other celebrities and stuff because Robin Williams was just good at doing impressions. But Will Smith, not really. He more so just kind of like switched it up.
He was
a
the
little
fresh.
bit. Yeah, he was the Fresh
Prince
Prince Genie, where like
Yeah.
one moment instead of doing a celebrity impression, he was like Will Smith from Fresh Prince, and then another moment he was like Will Smith from this movie or from this show, and he just kind of switched it up between the different like Will Smith that we've seen throughout the years, and I was like, this is all right, this is good.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what we wanted most was when we found out Will Smith was going to be the Genie. Everyone was already like, no. And I was like, if anyone's gonna do it justice and not try and like copy Robin Williams, it's Will Smith. But if he tries to copy Robin Williams, then no. But like I was hoping he did his own thing, and cool dude Will Smith Genie as opposed to Robin Williams classic Genie is pretty good. I enjoy it.
Yeah. Right.
So.
Still though, if I pick one or the other, it's still gonna be Robin Williams. It's unbeatable.
It's the classic. It's the original version. It's such a high bar. Will Smith did great. He did phenomenal. You know, I'm not gonna take any credit away from him, but there's no beat in the original. Not in this case.
Yeah. Number 2 song that I like singing, I Can't Wait to Be King from Lion King.
That one's just got a lot of energy and spirit in it.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Right.
Fuck man. One Jump Ahead. Yeah, at the beginning of Aladdin. I've always enjoyed that.
Anna. Gotta eat, live, gotta put that.
That's a good one.
My number 1 favorite Disney song to sing that I sing almost every day like a goddamn religion, ironically, is Hellfire from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That song has just so much power behind it.
Yeah.
I have the voice deep enough for it to where I could actually sing along with it and be perfectly fine for it.
Listen to Jonathan Young, because
I listen. Yeah,
John's got a nice deep voice. His cover of Hellfire and the Bells of Notre Dame that he did with Caleb are both really, really good.
I also like what he did with playing with the big boys from the Prince of Egypt.
Mm-hmm.
It turned this like sinister song from like these magicians into an actual threatening song.
Yeah. Yeah, John does really good Disney covers. That one of my favorite things about John is that his whole like one of his advertising angles that he has on like all his social media is that he's Disney's metal YouTube villain or something like that. And I was like, hell yeah. My number 1 is actually going to go to a bit of a misnomer. I'm going to give it to Yzma's song from Temple of the Sun, the original version of Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, Snuff Out the Light?
Yeah.
Yeah, Snuff Out the Light. Yeah, that's a good one.
It's a good one. And it was performed by Yzma's voice actor too, because they had a lot of her lines recorded and stuff, and the song before they scrapped Temple of the Sun. So the full real version of the song is out there for you to listen to. And John also has a good cover of that on his Villains album too, and it's such a good song. It's so great.
Yep.
I love Emperor's New Groove, but sometimes I listen to that and I wonder what it would have been like to get Temple of the Sun, because it also sounded like a very good idea.
Right.
So.
But that's a fucking what's his name, Kuzka? Not being in a freaking mood.
Yeah.
You were saying what's his name? I fucking love that movie, dude.
Emperor's New Groove is so good. That's one of Disney's. That's got to go down in their history books, man. That's one of their best movies they've ever done.
Kuzco's best Disney princess.
Well, if he was best Disney princess, then why wasn't he in the Wreck-It Ralph 2 scene?
Because he's too important for that shit.
Dang, true. They were like, hey, Cusco, you want to be in Wreck-It Ralph 2? And he's like, ew, a sequel? Not worth my time, bye.
I did one sequel before, and it kind of bombed, so nah, I'm good.
Well, it's because it was Kronk's New Groove, and I love Kronk, but I think
he couldn't carry him.
He's only best when he's bouncing off of, like, Yzma and Cusco. He doesn't do as good when it's just him.
Yeah.
He's still a great character, though. I think Kronk's New Groove is okay. I don't think it's like awful. It's just not. Yeah, it's just not nearly as strong as the first one, like at all.
Right.
So.
The peasant at the diner.
He didn't pay his check.
He paid his check.
I think that's another reason we like him is because we can do Patrick Warburton impressions that are kind of
You
decent.
can.
I kind of can.
You can.
It's just one of those voices that I practice on the side just to make myself chuckle.
I think the only time I can actually do a good voice is, hey, Peter.
Hey, Peter.
Nice car.
All right, let's see what we're working with here. Whoa. That's my favorite part of that is when you just hear the, and you're like, whoa.
Whoa.
Nice cock. Okay, we're back.
Right.
We're talking about...
That was actually a more productive ego theater than our... I think that's the most productive ego theater yet.
Yeah, we actually stayed on topic for 10 plus minutes, which is weird.
Odd.
We don't do that. We
Right.
go down rabbit holes and off topic like every other couple of sentences.
Yeah, no
Like
kidding.
right now. Whoa, meta! Alright.
Self-awareness.
Self-aware plus 10.
Yo, are we just secretly the white and black side of Monokuma's fur?
That would be a cool, like, design something that I could do in the future for, like, later episodes of, Nonstop Debate. Maybe for, like, Danganronpas.
Yeah.
Because I think we'll go through Trigger Happy Havoc and then Goodbye Despair and V3, obviously. But after that, if there's not another Danganronpa game, we'll probably just start covering, like, Danganronpas, seriously. Because a lot of them have come out at this point, but they're still, like, halfway done or not finished. So I bet by the time we're done with V3, and we'll probably do some off-topics soon. The next off-topic will probably be about Danganronpas, but just, like, generally looking through some of the ones that are out. Not, like, deep diving them. But by the time we're done with V3, we'll probably be able to deep dive ones. Like, I think Shattered Memories is the main one that we're looking at right now. Because we've actually started that one a little bit and been through the first couple episodes. But, like, at that point, it'll probably be done if they keep working on it, unless something comes up. And, you know, I'd love to...
review Aspen Hotel.
Yeah, we could do that for an off-topic, too. That would probably be pretty fun.
Right. Because I like Aspen Hotel, but I have a little bit of, like, gripes with it. There's some, like, certain niggles. It's not a perfect pilot, but it's a damn good pilot.
Well, that's the whole idea, though, is pilots aren't supposed to be perfect. They're supposed to just kind of get the general idea of the show across.
I absolutely adore Hell of a Boss, though. The fucking first episode.
Hell of a Boss is great. The second episode's coming out soon, supposedly. So.
Yeah, I know, right? Jeez.
All right, well, how well do we think Hifumi was written?
Oh, God, yeah, this is the hard part, because now we got to go through objective things.
Yeah. Not necessarily things about him that we personally hate.
Yeah, because then if you start doing this from an objective lens, you kind of suck all the fun out of things. It's like we're gonna have the same problem when we get to characters like Sonya and Nevermind.
Sonya,
because we adore Sonya.
I love Sonya, but she does nothing in Danganronpa 2.
Yeah,
like at all.
Yeah.
She does not contribute to the plot ever. The only thing she really contributes is the sparkling justice thing, which turns out to just be a gigantic waste of time. And I don't hate Sonya for that. I just hate that it exists in general. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, the same problem with Hifumi here. Like, yeah, he delivers evidence in like in case 1 and 2.
Yeah.
He's
never really like the focus of anything until case 3 for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. because he wasn't like he was kind of the character that was just there.
He falls kind of like, we talked about Taka and his impact as a comedic relief, and once he's gone, things get a lot more serious and a lot more dark. And I want to say Hifumi falls in that category too, because honestly, at the end of the day, Hifumi is also just a straight up comic relief character. He does not apply a whole lot to the cases. He's not really the center of anything until case 3, which, just like Taka, is when he dies.
But then there's also a snag, because you got to take him kind of seriously compared to Taka, because he actually does provide useful intel in cases, so you kind of have to take him seriously at some points.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, you have to treat him as a comic relief character.
There's comic relief characters that still supply some level of help to some of the cases.
Yeah, like I keep bringing this up, but it's just a really good example. Gundam. Mm-hmm. Gundam in the very first case of the second game.
Gundam provides a ton of evidence and discussion in every case that he's a part of in Danganronpa 2.
Including the one where he fucking did the murder.
Yeah. Taka more so just kind of repeats things people say, and he bounces things off and kind of clarifies for the people who aren't quite following along, I guess.
He tries to give ideas and shit, but Hifumi, God, this is the problem with like Hifumi's character, because I don't remember what he says in cases where I could clearly Taka says some dumb shit in the case, and that's very memorable.
Well, I think we mentioned it at the beginning. Like, you get Hifumi's in the first case with Leon. Hifumi gives you the because he was on garbage duty, whatever. Right. At that time that the murder occurred, so he gives you like a time frame and like essentially a list of possibilities for who could have like thrown away the evidence.
Right.
Which helps you narrow it down to Leon if you didn't just, tilt your head in a 90-degree angle.
Yeah, no kidding.
But
so much evidence pointing it to Leon in the first case. It's fucking disgusting.
It's baby's first murder investigation. It's fine.
Yeah.
But like even then, Hifumi gives you some somewhat helpful information. It's not anything directly damning. I mean, most of the evidence in that case is directly damning on Leon, but even in the other cases, most of it is just like, what's it called when you get evidence in your truth bullets that's just someone's like account, that's what it was. Most of the time it's just Hifumi's account. Right. I think he has an account truth bullet in case 2, maybe?
I know he has an account bullet in case 1.
Yeah, because it's for the garbage duty thing. I think he had one in case 2, but it's not nearly as important.
No, he gave the broken monopad.
That's what it was. He found the broken monopad in the morning.
Right.
Yeah. He's got helpful little bits, but nothing like outwardly like case breaking like some of the other characters. But most of the characters that are like case breaking helpful are like Kyoko. They're your ally characters, not necessarily the castmates.
Kyoko I would classify as crutch.
Yeah, she's more the pro tag than Makoto is. She did more of the work.
Yeah.
She found a secret room with a ton of evidence. Makoto went up there once, got knocked unconscious, and then all of it got stolen. Good fucking job, Makoto.
Then we could compare Makoto to Hajime and DAWG. Comparing Hajime to Suichi's, not Hajime, Makoto to Suichi is a fucking war crime in at least 7 different countries. So,
yeah. I don't know. It's a little hard. I definitely don't think the comedic effect or lack thereof, the impact. I don't think his impact is necessarily as strong as Taka's, but it's also kind of the fact that you lose him and Taka in the same case is also kind of what like really seals that deal. You lose a bunch of the game's goofy tone. Yeah. Right in the third case. Yep. Because Taka with all the Ultra Instinct bullshit, and then Hifumi just in general. They're two of the probably the most goofy characters in the first game, honestly, because everyone else is pretty straightforward and serious.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think after that, it's basically Genocide Jill and Hero.
Jill is the goofiest. I would classify Jill as comic relief, honestly, because she never murders anybody. Yeah. Funny enough, considering she's a fucking world famous serial killer. But then again, if someone died, because it's established immediately that Jill's got a very specific signature.
Kill. Yeah.
And yeah, if like any murders occurred that even remotely resembled hers, everyone would just immediately finger her. So it's kind of, it would be way too obvious if she did commit a murder. So
yeah. But I think the problem boils down to it. We find Hifumi, like, we find Taka to be hilarious, but we find Hifumi to hate on him more than to actually find him funny. So I feel like it's more like a knockdown for him compared to Taka.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's just not funny in the same way. Like, Taka just says stuff that makes you laugh or chuckle. Hifumi more so says stuff that makes you smile and shake your head and just go, I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's still funny. It's just not the same kind of funny.
Right.
Which is fine. You know, that's not, we're not saying that he's, like, badly written because of it. That's
humorous,
just... They knew exactly what they wanted Hifumi to be, and boy, is that exactly what Hifumi is. That's...
and humor is incredibly subjective, because I fucking love Gundam. I love everything about Gundam, but when Dylan was playing through the second game, he despised Gundam.
I thought Gundam was just kind of annoying. I didn't think he was like he said stuff that I thought was funny, but at the same time I was also like, this dude's just crazy. Like, that's all it is. He's just crazy. He's insane.
I find him fucking hilarious.
But in hindsight, I look back on Gundam and I'm like, man, he was a good character though. I don't know. I think Gundam is like a very specific taste. I feel like you either love him or you're just kind of like, don't care one way or the other.
Yeah. And that's my point. The humor is completely subjective, so it makes it kind of hard for comic relief characters.
I'm sure there's plenty of people out there who love Hifumi and thought he was the funniest character in the game.
Oh yeah, well I guarantee Noah fucking loves Hifumi.
Which, granted, if you're into that kind of humor where cringy ass anime obsessed characters that make Hifumi just straight up makes fun of like American weeb people, like the super obsessive ones. That's straight up what Hifumi is. Yeah. And if you're into that kind of thing and you think that's hilarious, that God, he is the funniest character in this whole game, hands down.
Yeah, just go for it. Just fucking go for it, dude. Yeah. But then I kind of like the more outlandish, like super loud people.
Yeah.
Like Taka and Gundam. Those people make me fucking laugh.
Yeah.
It's just the way how they express themselves. That's just hilarious to me.
Yeah. We already kind of talked his impact a little bit. I want to say it's the same as Taka's. It's just not quite as powerful as Taka's because he's less.
Taka was trying to be a leader. Hifumi was he was definitely looking out for himself.
Yeah, Hifumi was like the village idiot.
Yeah.
It's
whereas Taka means well, but he's just an idiot.
Yeah. Not to mention that Hifumi actually murdered Taka out of the want to out of spite and out of the want to see Alter Ego, because Celeste was essentially holding Alter Ego hostage to get Hifumi to cooperate.
Kyoko took it.
No, because remember, that's right. Kyoko took it, but Celeste told Hifumi that she knew where Alter Ego was and that Taka's the one who stole it. And that's why Hifumi went along with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn it, Kyoko, you meant well, but you inadvertently, indirectly caused 2 deaths. 3, technically.
Yeah. It sucks.
Yeah.
But, impact-wise, I don't really think there's much else to say. He's got the same impact as Taka. It's that loss of the goofiness and the fun times and the humor, because once Case 3 is done, shit gets real bad real fast.
Right. But I would say his impact in that regard is less significant than Taka's, because Taka was trying to be the moral upstanding person.
It's because Taka was the literal moral compass of the group. Right. And once he's gone, shit goes way sideways, because after that is when Sakura gets exposed as the traitor and everyone turns on her and all that bad shit happens. And
Jill cuts a bitch up.
I think you said it in the last episode about Taka. If Taka was still alive when they found out that Sakura was the traitor, he never would have let them dogpile her like that.
Yeah, no kidding.
They never would have gone. It never would have gone down that way.
And if Hifumi Yeah, and but if Hifumi was alive, he would have totally dogpiled on her.
He definitely would have.
regardless.
Yeah. He would have followed the crowd.
Yeah.
Because Hifumi's not a leader
Right.
by any stretch.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. I guess it's trivia time. Which
Right.
our big round boy does actually have, I think, 5 bullet points. Yeah. Well, this should be fun.
Try not to butcher the names badly this time.
I will try. This first bullet point is the stupidest piece of trivia I've ever read for a character in this series. Hifumi has the largest chest size of any Danganronpa male characters at 150 centimeters. Thank you, Danganronpa Wiki.
Thank you. I did not need to know that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I didn't need to know that. I knew that already just by looking at him. Thank you anyway.
It's funny. Gundam has the same chest size as Akane. Akane. Yeah.
Huh. That's funny. In the background of Hifumi's character portrait, or his illustration, is a PlayStation 3 playing a cutscene of Escape from Bug Island, known in Japan as Necronesia. I did notice that. The monitor on his character portrait is, it seems to be like something real, not something that was like drawn in, you know?
Right.
So I was wondering about that. I didn't know it was actually something real. I thought maybe that was just like the way that it was presented in the illustration.
Right.
So that's cool. In school mode, Hifumi admits that he enjoys singing karaoke of anime themes with his online friends whenever they meet.
Sounds like someone's posting cringe.
Again, that's just one of those things that you just shrug and you're like, yeah, alright, that sounds like something Hifumi would do.
Yeah.
Oh god, more Japanese names. Shit. Hifumi's Japanese voice actor, I'm gonna butcher this, I'm sorry, Kape Yamaguchi, also voices Jin Kirigiri in the Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc.
Oh, so Kirigiri's father.
Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, Kyoko's dad. Fuck. God. I was like, Kirigiri, I know that name, but where? Oh, hey, this is interesting. Okay. Hifumi's English voice actor, Lucian D-DAWG, also provides the voice for Kibo. Huh.
I can't draw that link. I can't. For the life of me, I can't
that's one of
draw
those
that.
things, because like we already knew that a lot of the voice actors from Danganronpa were in V3 as other characters. Like, obviously, they did the same thing in 2 also. But,
Right.
Hifumi and Kibo, I don't think I ever would have noticed that had I not known otherwise.
Yeah, no. It's like, it's really easy for someone like fucking Kaito and Mondo. They sound almost exactly the same.
Yeah. Or like Leon and Soda.
Well, yeah.
Like, Soda's literally just like a whinier, more nasally Leon.
And fucking Suichi's just a more pathetic and weak Leon.
And then you've got Makoto and Nagito, who are literally like...
Polar opposite.
Nagito is literally like he stepped out of a fucking mirror dimension, and he's the evil doppelganger of Makoto. That's literally what it is.
If Makoto is lawful good, Nagito is chaotic evil.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's all we got for trivia. He didn't have a whole lot, but there's a couple there that I think are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Especially that one about Kibo, dude. I did not know they were the same voice actor. That's weird. I still can't hear it. I still can't hear it.
Yeah, I can't hear it.
I'm gonna need to go and watch a video of like Hifumi saying something and then Kibo saying something, and I'd probably be able to hear it then. But like thinking back on it, I can't. I can't hear it.
Yeah. Puts in perspective when Kibo tried to put himself underneath the hydraulic press, though, doesn't it?
Oh god, I love that scene so much. It got so far down, dude, in that cutscene. It literally, I was like, oh, Kibo's actually about to fucking die. And then he just, like, rolls out last fucking second. I died, dude. I could not stop laughing at that. Kibo.
It wasn't even a smooth animation.
It
was
wasn't.
like 3 frames.
It was like the frame of him like just barely. It was like the frame of him laying in the press, the frame of him like falling out of the press, and then the frame of him landing on the floor, and that's it. And they just played it really quickly. It just looks so silly. And the situation itself is so silly.
I want to see if I'm alive. Let me just go underneath this
I
hydraulic
wonder if
press.
this machine considers me human, and then it doesn't. It almost fucking kills him, and he's like, wow, so not only did I almost kill myself, but I'm also not technically considered human by a machine designed to detect humans. Very, very cool. And then you're just like, Kibo, do you need a hug?
Kibo, you're also the camera for the entire audience. They were probably freaking the fuck out.
It's one of those fucking Shark Boy and Lava Girl like 3D movie era moments where it's just like all the audience is like, there's like a warning when Kibo starts getting in the press to the audience at home, and it's just like, all right, time for you to put on your special Danganronpa 3D glasses, and the audience is like, cool, and they put their glasses on and they see the press like coming out of their screen, and they're like, ooh, and then Kibo rolls out and they're like, whoo, and then it's like, okay, remove the 3D glasses.
Do you think that same logic applied when Mew molested Kibo?
Miyu just starts like touching him inappropriately, and Robbie Rotten comes out, pulls the screen down. Don't let your kids watch it. Oh god. Thinking back on the context of that and knowing like how Kibo was important to the rest of the game as the like camera for the audience, I just I keep thinking about that scene now that you brought it up, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? That was aired on live TV. What the fuck? Oh god.
It would probably be the equivalent of putting having a commercial dedicated to WAP.
Oh god. Alright, final thoughts on Hifumi.
Love to hate him. I was glad he didn't overstay his welcome.
Yeah. As much of a shame as it is, I guess a shame. He dies rather early. I guess it's not really early. It's like halfway through the game in Case 3, but I am glad that he wasn't there for much longer than that, because what else could you really do with his character for laughs at that point, you know?
Yeah, no kidding. He's too cowardly enough. We can't be like Gundam where you can actually make him like a big bad.
Yeah.
And have it believable and be a little bit intimidating.
Imagine you get to the end of the game and Hifumi's the mastermind of Trigger Happy Havoc. I bet you people would have punched their monitors until it was broken.
They had that fucking video of that one guy punching his laptop.
Yeah. Oh god.
No, to be fair, Junko after the fact kind of makes me want to do that.
Yeah.
But Junko's reveal, great. Junko character in the first game, not so great.
Yeah. We'll get to that when we get to Junko. That's going to be a fun episode, because we're also going to talk about Monokuma. Her and Monokuma are going to get lumped into one episode, since they're technically the same person. I don't know. Yep. I enjoy Monokuma a lot more than I do Junko. I'm never happy when Junko's on screen. I'm happy when Monokuma's on screen. So.
But what about Junko holding Monokuma?
I hate it. I'm like, Mom, can we get Monokuma? She's like, we have Monokuma at home, and the Monokuma at home is just a screenshot of Junko holding the Monokuma doll and doing a very shitty Monokuma voice.
Right.
Yeah. Final thoughts on Hifumi. He was a fun character. He's definitely one of the only few really standout characters in this first game, just based on design and personality alone. I mean, fuck, man. There was like one character, I think, that I saw when I went back on Trigger Happy Havoc, and I was like, oh yeah, they're in this game. Hifumi is not one of those characters. Like, at all.
I'm pretty sure it probably would have been like someone like Mondo or Chihiro.
It was Chihiro, I think.
Yeah.
I forgot all about Chihiro at some point, and then I went back and I was like, oh, that's right, Chihiro. I know right before we did the Chihiro episode, I couldn't even remember what his fucking name was. I had to look it up. I was like, who's the kid that made Alter Ego that fucking Mondo killed? I think I said like, I said Chihiro, but like I butchered it. It was something completely different. I don't remember what it was.
Yeah, we meme on Toko because Toko's just absolutely forgettable.
Yeah.
Genocide Jill is not.
Toko is actually very forgettable. Jill is not. I pretty sure I said it in the Toko episode, actually. While I was playing through Trigger Happy Havoc, I forgot on multiple occasions that Toko even existed until I saw her again, like her sprite standing in the hall, and I was like, oh, right, Toko exists. That's right. Fuck. Because some missions, unless you're out there, like, looking... Missions. Some chapters. Unless you're out there looking for her to, like, get your friendship level up with her or whatever, I wasn't, you never see Toko. Because she's always following Togami around, so you have to find Togami to find her a lot of the time. She's usually not on her own past chapter 2. And, yeah, you don't see her that much. You don't really have interactions with her aside from the scripted ones where she's just kind of there being herself and or Jill. And Jill is great. Jill is fun. Toko just made me dislike her the second I talked to her. And I never went back to try and get to know her after that.
We have an entire podcast about this.
Yep. So. My point is, there are characters in this first game that are forgettable or just kind of bland and boring. And Hifumi is not. He's very far from it, actually. He's probably, I would argue, even the most memorable character in this first game. Honestly.
That's not part of the trio. Togami,
not counting the survivors at all. Like, because they're great too, but like, when you look back on, if someone mentions like Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc, unless you're thinking of like Monokuma first, which to be fair you probably are. I would say Monokuma is probably the most memorable character in the game, honestly. Not just like in the context of him being in every Danganronpa game, but just out of Trigger Happy Havoc, because Monokuma is just so prevalent and so funny.
Yep.
And he's just such a great like mascot for the series. But aside from him, like just cast wise, Hifumi's, I would say, the most memorable character because his design and his personality is just so standoutish compared to most of the other castmates that it just.
I would say top 5.
Yeah,
I would say top 5.
I say top 3. Honestly.
Yeah. Right.
Like even if you hated Hifumi, like I said, his just design alone, you're not gonna forget him. This stupid gerbil lips are burned into my mind for the rest of my days. Don't even get me started on his fucking handsome Hifumi sprite. I hate it so much. Every time that sprite came up, I wanted to punch my monitor. Yeah, he's fun to hate. He's easy to hate. Is he actually hated? I don't think so.
No, that's why I would say give him a -6.
Yeah.
I find ironic enjoyment in Hifumi.
He's ironically enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think -6 is perfect.
Right, yep.
Well, that's our rating and final thoughts.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything else you want to say about Hifumi, Jer?
No, you burned the thought. You
didn't even hesitate. No.
You burned the thought of him being a doujin author into my head for the night. I'm not gonna sleep well tonight. Fuck you.
Just
good night, everyone. I'm going to
lying
bed.
awake in bed, having fucking horrible daydreams.
Dylan, just end the episode. I'm going to bed.
He left. Oh, Jesus. Alright, well. Goodbye, everybody.